you're tuning out of a song in
No,
transition for
I would
Zoom.
not
Just
win.
saying,
I would not win the fade out Olympics.
no, you would not. You would not.
Not.
No.
I would not. I'm okay with that. If you didn't know, that was the Hello World song from the Olympics from Gwen Stefani and Anderson .Paak. So that's
I
my,
didn't know that, by the way. So it was actually I liked it. It was
yeah.
good.
I'll make sure you have a copy of it on your Apple Music. I'll send it to you so you have it. But
Thank you.
yes,
Thank
that
you.
was that because it's Olympic week. It's the start of the Olympics. Um, so we have some fun things planned for you for social media this week. And we let all of our friends on. If you are able to put your camera on and you are not driving, we would love to see your faces so we know you're grabbing what we're putting out there and you're understanding. We don't care if you're eating. Just don't eat with your, keep those lips while you're chewing closed. But Jen's got a couple of fun things to go over. Then we're going to get into the content, and we've got some fun things on the tech part of this that have to go with our mega open house that's coming up very soon. And we can't wait to see what you've got cooking for that. So, Jen, why don't you take it away with what you wanted to talk about?
Sure. So I am lucky enough to travel throughout the region and host and teach Value Squared. Anybody on this call take Value Squared recently in your market center and saw me live? Rick?
It wasn't with you, but I took Value Square with Brad Knowles in Portland.
Awesome. I love it. Can I pick on you for a minute?
Always.
So what was your biggest takeaway from Value Squared?
Stick with the little things, like the things that kind of got us going, in open dialogue when it comes to the whole commissions and how that's all going to play out with both sellers and with buyers.
Yeah, I love that. So what I heard you say so far is keep it back to the basics and
Yep.
really have a transparent and open conversation around compensation.
Correct.
Okay, what else?
There was a lot of talking about like tracking as well, like with our conversation about like what has worked in the past, know what works, what doesn't work. I am not a good circle prospecting, door knocking person. My wheelhouse is my sphere of
Yep.
influence and past clients, and that, you stick with what you know and what you do right.
I love that. Well, thank you for sharing. Anything else?
I think that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good turnout in our class. I will say that. There's a lot of people interested in what the commission's going to look like. That commission talk is going to look like next month.
Yeah, it definitely is going, the word that I've used is it's weird out there, and it's going to get a little weirder as we navigate through the settlement and what changes happen. Because right now I'm hearing like it's going to be this way. Oh, wait a minute, it's going to be this way, and pivot and change with forms and the way we're explaining things. So I think that Rick, you're absolutely like I'm so glad you took the class, because we have to stay relevant to the right now. And that stuff might get shifted around a little bit as we navigate through when the settlement happens, or is it, those postcards go out to those homeowners in the last 4 years and such. One of the things I wanted to bring up, and again, I've been teaching this quite a bit within the region. I'm going out on Wednesday to Elite. Anybody from Elite on today? I'm not sure if I see anybody actually. I'm not positive. Karina, all right, so are you going to be there?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So I'm going out to Elite on Wednesday, and one of the things that we keep going over on in this class, I either teach it with Nate Dickey, our regional director, or I teach it with Matt Erdman, our regional operating principal. And one of the things we dive into, Rick, is the core services. And you said that at first, like, hey, listen, it's about the going back to basics. Your core services is going to be a big piece of your value. What does that really mean? And we really do dive into this, but I wanted to give a couple of examples because I've been teaching this, yet I haven't had the tangible to say, this is what I mean. This is what I mean. So today I spent a little bit of time. Now I haven't been out in the field, meaning I haven't gone out and done a listing presentation or a buyer presentation in probably 10 years. Yet I still remember them, and they're still very close to my heart as far as how I went out and how I presented it. Yet right now in the world of where we are, the accessibility to at your fingertips to get whatever you need to go and have a tremendous listing presentation or a buyer consultation is amazing. I don't know if any of you have done this, but I went on Etsy, or no, let me rewind. I Googled pre-listing package, because we talk a lot about that in the class, the pre-listing package. And I used to talk during the class, I say, when I used to list properties, I would send out a pre-listing package by FedEx. And Karina, you're going to hear this on Wednesday, so I apologize. Yeah, I want to tell you about it now, because I used to send it out, and it wouldn't be in an envelope like this. It might be in an envelope, but then in the FedEx envelope, by the way. But then it would look like something like this. And it took me less than 3 minutes to have this prepared to go out on a listing presentation. Now, here's the thing. I want you to spend a little bit more time than 3 minutes. But my point is, these tools are available for you. And a lot of agents that I hear, what they say, they're getting ready to get ready. We kind of procrastinate the process of having your systems, your value ready to go. Meaning, if you get a call right now, if I called you, any one of you, Melissa, I'm calling you. If I called you right now, I love your glasses, by the way, they're beautiful. That's why I'm picking on you. If I called you right now and said, hey, I want you to come over to my house for an appointment at 5 o'clock to list my house, what would you do? Are you ready to go? And that's for everybody, not just Melissa.
Crying is not an option. And panicking.
You don't cry in real estate, just like baseball. No. So that's the whole question about value squared, Rick, right? Is going back to basics and getting yourself set up. So if you haven't done this, where you don't have a pre-listing packet ready to go for somebody to call you right now, I'm going to task you to go do that. I did go in designs as well, and guess what I have ready for you too?
Ta-da! Well, here's the thing. Everybody's like, I
The
need
listing
to make
presentation.
a listing presentation. The listing presentation is generic. You're adding the CMAs and other local things in. You can create that once, have it downloaded, and it's ready to go every single day. This is not something we need to reinvent the wheel on. KW already made it, and it's pretty, and there's a couple different brand templates you can pick from. But best of all, it says things that we should be doing for our sellers. And it's a nice
I don't know if
reminder.
you could see the thickness of it, but it's not that thick, yet it had some great things in here. By the way, I put like the proof is in my numbers, like everything that you need is right in this little packet. Your media plan. And again, it took me 2 minutes to download this from Command and print it out. This is the listing presentation. Again, this is the pre-listing packet and a listing packet. Are you ready to go? That's my question. That was how I wanted to start today. If not, please, if you see that we're coming to your market center, come to our class, because we're going to give you some really good ideas and tips and tricks and how we've done it. And the class shares usually how they're doing it. And there's always a lot of great ideas or ahas, associates helping associates, during that class. So just wanted to share a couple of those things with you, because I do think we keep missing that point. If you're looking to, in this shifting market, really deliver high value, have to set ourselves up that way rather than just kind of throwing everything up in the air and seeing what sticks. This is your opportunity to really button it up right now. Get it ready. By the way, you might have to change it in a month and redesign it, but it won't be that hard as long as you have it ready to go.
and stay on because we're going to talk about that today, actually. It's one of our talking points for the tech part of the M3. And we're also going to go over some smart plans and things you can do after the open house to make your life so much easier. You know, everybody says to me, Brooke, I don't have numbers. I'm a brand new agent. Great, your market center has numbers. Use your market center lore. It's usually on the wall in most of it, the market centers, or it's brought up on your team meetings. The information is there about what's going on in your market center. If you don't have the numbers, use your market center numbers, or if you're on a team, use the power of your team's data. Why our team sells more homes, why our buyers are so happy. You've got the data there, you just have to manipulate what you're putting in. Cool?
That's what I wanted to share, Brooke. So continue on with what we want to do here.
I love that. All right, I have a quick poll, and it's going to make sense later when we're on the tech part. But I'm going to launch a quick poll. If you're driving, please don't do it. I love you too much for you to crash. But I've just launched a quick branding poll. And we'll get to it after. We'll get to the deets after. But if you could just take a minute and answer these 3 questions. The first one, phone choice. Are you Apple or Android?
We won't kick you off Zoom if you're Android.
Not this time. Then.
So it's okay to put it. Maggie, if you're on.
I know. She ruins every group chat. Then, why do you choose the phone brand? And then when I get emails from Apple or Android about products, releases, or news, I feel ... And on those 2, you can choose as many as you like on the last 2.
I love how quick the Apple users went to hitting the button, and the Android ones are coming in very slowly. I don't know if I want to admit it.
Yeah, it's because 1, they don't want to admit it, and 2, it's really hard to be on Zoom and do things on an Android. It's not as easy, I swear.
It's not an Apple commercial, by the way.
It is not. And I promise you, this will make sense. I'm just going to give everybody 1 or 2 minutes because Apple is winning, just in case you needed to know that. Apple is absolutely winning.
All right, the 4 people that said Android, raise your hand. No, just kidding.
I've already got it.
I'm just kidding. All right, let's move on.
It logged. Hold on.
We got enough here.
The poll, the little thing went flying. End poll. Okay. Okay, there we go. 85% of you on the call today are Apple. All right, let's hop into this week's social media. Olympics. The Olympics are the hot topic. Have you been noticing posts about the Olympics on your social media, on the news? They're using hashtags. They're using different things, so we're going to jump on that opportunity as well. All right. Can you see the KWM3 calendar? Awesome. So when you come down to Olympics, you just click here and it's going to bring you straight to this week's document where we're giving you access to the PNGs, or you can click here and create them in Canva yourself. So we've got 3 different ones. Oops, I'm going to fix that. I love when that happens. The Summer Olympics are here and we're feeling the excitement. What sport are you most excited to watch? Is it racing? Is it swimming? Is it gymnastics? Is it volleyball? What is it? This is a great way to build engagement. And when people are talking about their favorite sports, what are you doing with that information? Where are you putting it? How are you using it? If you've been in one of my classes, you know it's my favorite thing on the planet in my command. Don't be shy.
Talking about your blogging?
No, that could be one thing. It's a tag. There, see how you did it? It's a tag. People are going to be like, I love gymnastics. It was my dream to be a gymnast. Right? They're going to be hot or cold on certain things. So this is a time. Make sure you bring that back. You put it in your notes so that you have something to talk about. The other thing is people love to talk about their pets. Kids, pets, whatever they're doing, right? So we have another one that says, finish the sentence. If my pet were to compete in the Olympics, they would win first place for... Finish. What would your pet win first place for? Mine? For the most judgmental looking face.
Your doggy, Tracy. So cute.
Yeah, my dog's asleep behind me, snoring her brains out. But she, no matter how happy she is, looks like she is just judging you. So she would win most judgiest face.
Ziggy would win first place in stealing shoes as quick, like the quickest. You don't even blink and a shoe is gone. So he would win first place for shoe stealer.
Shoe relay. I like that. I like that. And then the last one, we're going back to a this or that Thursday, and we're asking people, are you watching live or are you just catching snippets here and there? I gotta tell you, this is the first year my daughter's been into the Olympics. So at night, she's always like, what can we watch? Can we see what they're doing? They're talking about it at her day camp. So when she gets home, she's like, what's on for the Olympics? Why isn't this live? Time zones, that doesn't mean anything to her little brain, right? But she's like, we have to see this. Can you show me what happened in gymnastics earlier or swimming or all the different things? So it's also really fun to see it through a kid's eyes on how excited they get to see all these things. And then it's also funny to hear how everyone in my family thinks they are an Olympic judge. They should have had a point deducted for that. They did not land with both feet proper. Like all of a sudden, everybody turns into an Olympic judge in my house. Anybody else have that? No? So that is this week's social media share for you. Here's how that works if you're new here. It gets emailed out after this call. We have an M3 group, which in just a moment, I will drop the link in. And the link is there on that M3 page at the top. We always pin it to the featured posts. And if you're having a hard time finding it, check in with your leadership, check in with us. We'll make sure you're getting the emails from us and you're on our lists. Anything else you want to add to that, Jen?
I just think it's an opportunity to have conversations that are more positive conversations around the Olympics and around what's happening with it. That's it.
I agree. Mine will be the, hold on, Sandra, mine will be the fastest to open the trash. Yes. Yes. I can't wait to see what everybody puts up with their animals and what they're saying, because in my family there was 5 different things that they thought Rosie would win for. Different things. So it'll be fascinating to see this. All right, next up, mega open house, Jen. Mega. How many of you have an open house booked already for that day? I see one hand waving. Muriel's got one. Who else has an open house? Well, when
I will
you get
have one scheduled.
There you go. I like to hear it, Rick. Thank you. Why is it important to have an open house scheduled for this Saturday, Brooke?
It's mega open house day. So here's a few things. If you haven't been playing with us, and Kayla will get to you in just a second, or do you have an open house? Oh, yay! She just has an open house. Here's why. The amount of people who are going to see your open house when you are participating in this and using the different templates and different things we give you is going to increase, because not only are you guys advertising it, but the region is also making sure that everybody who has submitted on that form, your open house is going to be seen in multiple places. How would you love to entice a buyer from a different area that would never put eyes on your property? Because maybe they're thinking about moving to Maine, or maybe they're trying to think of, maybe I want to live in Plainville, right, from Rick's area. They might not see these open houses or get this information, but now the region is helping all the market centers share, and we're sharing the amount of eyes that are going to go on your properties, your information, just 10x'd. The other thing it's going to do is going to get you visibility with other market center associates. So how many of you are newer in here and you're hosting one for another agent? Because I know we saw a lot of those. Cool. So this is a great way to get in front of buyers, build your database, because we all know while the open house is the important piece, Jen, what is the best part of the open house?
Most people don't buy a house at the open house, yet they're in the market. So you have an ability to build your pipeline and, get a lead or two while you're there.
And I'm posted in the chat, and I'll ship it in there again. Is the document on which we have all the rules. It's a open house playbook where you have templates ready to go, hashtags to use, badges. But when more people use a hashtag or the same type of verbiage around something, all of a sudden, this is how algorithms work across social media or Googlies or any of these places. They say, ooh, there's a lot of people using these words. Therefore, I should do something, most likely to interrupt a Zoom. So that's how algorithms work. So all of a sudden now your post may get more attention because Facebook is going, what is going on in New England? Something's going on where we need to show this to more people because this is important. That's also why the KW New England post works so well, to help you bring more people in and more eyes to your business pages that would normally see it. Brittany, do you have a question?
While Brittany is looking for the unmute to ask her question, Brooke, one of the things that we were on a leadership call at 12 o'clock today, and there was a team leader on the call, and he was speaking about how at his market center, which I think they have over 1,000 associates just in their one market center, they were doing weekly open house challenges, kind of like what we're doing throughout the region, but weekly. And what happened, it created such a stir in the area in Texas of like, why are there so many Keller Williams houses signs that are open? Like, what is going on? That's what this mega open house is going to do. And if we have that splash, how many of you have traveled from whatever state you're in to another New England state on a weekend? Right? I have. I just did. There's going to be a lot of people going cross state and saying, every state I've passed through has an open house this Saturday. What is going on with Keller Williams? And it creates, again, like what Brooke said, curiosity of like, I want to be in on it, right? It's that FOMO.
Well,
Brittany,
if you're thinking about selling, Jen, right? And you're interviewing multiple agents, if you're driving around in the next 2 weekends and all of a sudden you're seeing KW signs everywhere, are you going to go with the company that has more market share and the ability to help you get your property sold quicker for the amount they desire? Or are you going to go with someone who they don't have huge marketing behind them for the property? It's all about brand recognition. And that's why your signs are so important at these open houses, the directionals, and getting people there. The time leading up to the open house and after the open house are more important than the open house itself, right? It's the door knocking, if it's allowed in the area, or if you're in the sticks, that door knocking is not such a thing. But it's all the things you do before and after the open house that create the momentum for your business and lead gen and getting people into your world. There's only one house at the open house, but there's multiple buyers, and there's only one person or one entity that's going to get that property at the open house. That means there's a whole bunch of people who need a house, and we have the tools at KW to find those houses and to do those things. So get excited about the mega open house. We're excited for you. If you have questions, reach out.
We do have 2 incentives to go along with them. So if you are hosting an open house, if you are an agent that's hosting one, or an agent that lets somebody host one for you, you are invited to our private VIP mastermind that we will be holding, to be determined for the date and location. We're probably going to have 2 different locations. And that's a huge opportunity to network at a high level and have a wonderful mastermind together in person. And then the market center that has the most participation, and we're going to do a percentage of listings that the market center has. So if you have whatever 10 listings and all 10 are open, that's how you're going to be graded on which market centers get the most. That market center will win its own VIP in-person mastermind as well. All right, I do see Brittany still with her hand up, so I want to make sure that we get Brittany. Do you have a question, or are you giving us a high five? Are you excited? What's going on? I saw her come off camera.
it's Android. That's what it is. It's just an Android thing. I'm just kidding. I'm
Oh,
just
the
kidding.
dig. All right.
Come off of mute after and just interrupt us if you need to have your question answered.
Any
All right,
questions, ahas, or feedback on Saturday's event? No,
All right.
yeah, it's pretty easy, right? Hold an open house.
It is. I'm excited for the amount of eyeballs across the board that are going to be on all these properties. I'm so excited. Oh, I see you, Muriel. Ooh, where'd you go, Muriel?
Did you just?
I think she ended. Oh, where are you? Do you have a question? There you are.
I clicked the wrong button. I wanted, I was surprised because I've done open houses from the get-go, and that is one of my pillars. And I really enjoy that. And I know the importance of getting in front of people and getting to know you. I always check in to see if I can do an open house for someone else. And surprisingly, like a lot of folks don't realize that this is going on. And is it because I'm getting the emails and they're not on this particular group?
Hard to tell, right?
Yeah.
Hard
Yep.
to tell. I mean, I don't know if I could advertise this through another place anymore. Between smoke signals, carrier pigeons, social media, emails, talking about it on a bazillion calls, it's sometimes people just get tone deaf to the things in their world
Well,
because
we're
they're
gonna
head
ask you
down.
guys to help us with it too. Like if your
Yeah.
market center hasn't splashed it out, let us know. We're happy to send out the information for your market center or to your leadership. Again, they may have missed it as well. So let us know how we could help you with it.
Yeah,
Always.
why don't you, I'll do that.
All right. Any other questions about the mega open house? Because I'm going to show you how you can stand out with an open house plan. Make sure you're ready to go. And how do you win open house coverage over other associates in your market center? Do you want to be number one? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very competitive with myself. I should not keep data on myself because if I don't break it, then I get into that. I'm going to get crazy about this mode. All right. So a couple things. In order to participate, you have to have the upgraded agent site. So if you have not upgraded to the new agent site, it's automatically happening on the 15th of August, but you're going to want to get there ahead of time because you're going to need the open house sign. Now, these have been posted inside the M3 group, so don't freak out, and I will repost these today, so don't think you have to click here. But one of the things you're going to have to do is make sure you have the new websites because you're going to have to create the open house landing page to get leads from there. Let me just log into one of our agent sites that I know I can rock and roll on, and I'm going to pull up a property and I'm going to show you how simple it is to make an open house lead form with a QR code. All right, hold on. Who do I know? I got it. Does anybody here need help while this is loading with my cranky internet? Anybody have any problems or need help moving over to their new site? It's 3 clicks. It's literally the most simple thing. All right, cool. All right, share. All right, can everybody see the Heaney Homes website? I need somebody to give me a yes because I can't see. All right, cool. Thanks,
Yes,
Tracy.
we can see it.
You rock. Thanks, guys. All right, so here's what the new websites look like. They're clean, they're easy. All right, so maybe I'm covering for Tina. This is the open house that I'm covering for. You can tell I've been on her property. On any of the properties, I'll have to pick someone else. Hold on. The Palucci group. There we go. See, she has forced registration on, so I can't be on it. The Palucci group.kw.com. Cool. So what I'm going to do is whatever house I'm covering, I'm going to find it on my website. When I come up here, I'm going to go slash. I don't know what this is actually called. I just call it a slash. I know what it is in French when it's an accent. All right, slash open house. Any property you are doing an open house for, you have now created a welcome sign-in for leads to come right into your command. And here's my favorite thing about this. What percentage of you said you were on Apple or Android? Well, guess what? It doesn't matter what brand you have, because all of your stuff pre-fills. Have you ever been somewhere and you fill out a form and you're like, oh, use all this info. Would you like to pre-fill? Yes, I would like you to use my information to pre-fill things. Well, guess what? It's harder for them to give you incorrect info, because once you tap one thing, you know how it is. Even if you don't want it, sometimes it fills out everything, it overwrites things, but it puts all their correct information in. And here's the most important thing, friends. It is giving you permission. I'm pretending I'm Manny today. It's giving you permission to contact them. This is huge, and why we need to be moving over to these things. Now, how do you get a QR code? This is my favorite. So if you're using Canva, you can use this link and put the QR code into Canva, and then you're just switching over your open house sign. If not, on any Chrome page on a browser, right click, create QR code. That's it. Right click on any Chrome on the page, got to be on Chrome, right click, create QR code. Now, please do not sign in, because it's going to confuse Manny, because this is his website. It's going to go straight to his leads. But you can see, and then all of these are required fields. Now, you can put this on a tablet. You can have this printed out on an open house sign-in flyer. You could also put this on a list you have if you still need the sign-in. But here's the thing. You just add this. By filling out this form, you agree. By filling out this form, you agree. Just add the verbiage that's here onto those, so that way when you go back, you can put in, look at that, look at all of the autofills I have. Right? So you can just add them, and then they go right into your command, and we can work on things like smart plans. This is the number one thing you need to make sure is done before your open house on the 3rd for Mega Agent Open House. All right, questions on where to find the information on how to switch? Perfect. It's also in the directions of our open house, our Mega Open House.
I'm on a MacBook and I don't see where to right click.
Hold on. I'm not on my Mac. I'm on a PC. I'm on control click. Try control click on a page. Hold control and click, and that should open up the right click.
Control.
And then click. Hold control and click on a Mac. I have a PC keyboard on a Mac. I know that's the weirdest thing on the planet, but that's how I roll. Did that work, Tracy?
Yes.
Yeah! See, you learn something every day.
That's awesome. Sweet.
Yay!
Thank you.
You're welcome. So let's talk about today's poll.
Oh.
Right? So today's poll, I asked you what? What do you have for a phone? And the majority of you said you have an Apple. Okay. Next, I asked you, why do you choose the brand? Right? Trustworthy was the number one thing. High quality was the second. Innovative was the lowest on this. The other thing I asked was, do you get mad when they contact you? Or how do you feel about it when they contact you? And overwhelmingly, none of you got rage-worthy. When you get emails from a brand that you consider trustworthy. So my question for you is, during these open houses, using our websites, is how do we build that same type of loyalty you just professed your love for on an, because Android or Apple is a very heated debate in the world, right? Poor Karina, we always have this debate. So when it comes to your marketing, I am hearing this one sentiment over and over. I don't want to bother people. Do you feel that? I love that Tracy's shaking her now, but Rick does. Rick has this little, I don't want to bug them. Karina, I don't want to bug them. You're two of the realtors, we've talked about this before. But then how do you feel when they decide to go with someone else for their purchase or sell? Because we did not do the things we promised to by our brand standards, which was keep them informed, send them information, just stay in touch. We say, I mean, if you look on your listings and all this stuff we promote, we're like, we'll stay in communication. You become my bestie forever. Once you're a client, you're a friend for life. And then you look at your command when we start doing things, you're like, oh, I haven't talked to my bestie for life in 7 years since I sold them their first house, but yet you promised to stay in touch. So now you just told me I don't get mad when a brand I'm loyal to and I think is high quality reaches out to me with information. So we need to put that mindset in here that if it's not important to them at the time, they're not going to have a rage moment. The amount of people who rage when they get an email is very low. And they will unsubscribe, and don't even worry about it. If you're getting some unsubscribes, and you're doing something correct because you're sending the amount of emails you should be sending. We have to have permission. We have to have permission. But I want to make sure everyone just has that mindset of I'm doing the best and I'm bringing value by bringing information to my database. So we need to get rid of the mindset that I'm bugging them, because we have all these great tools too, right? We talked about the blogs. Do you have anything I can, instead of calling about real estate, you can say, do you have anything you would love for me to promote to my database? Whether it's an upcoming event, a business you love, your own products or services, or a charity you feel strongly about, would love to help you out. We have so many things with our new technology that we can talk about that's important to other people. And I'm telling you, once you get information into their hands that's valuable, you will see your click-through rates go through the roof. But here's the other really cool thing. I go to some places. How many of you have gone to the outlets in Merrimack or somewhere else? Who goes outlet shopping every now and then, right? Back to school time. You know when I open outlet emails? When I'm at the outlets and I need a coupon from that store, that's when I open it. I'm not mad about getting the email, because I'm mad when I don't have a coupon and I'm at the store and I want to spend less money because I got a whole bunch of kids I got to put clothes on and they're growing like weeds, right? So I want you to get that out of your head. They're just going to let it go. And then when they need something, search. But here's what's going to happen, and we hear this often. I went with the agent that stayed in touch with me. That could have been just emails every month, monthly neighborhood nurture. Doesn't even have to be the phone calls, the texts, which I would love for you to do in a TCPA friendly way, but it's the agent who stayed in touch with me. So you could have been doing all this work and thinking you're doing this great communication plan, and then I come in and I'm hot as a new agent and I know the same people, but I'm on top of my emails and I'm bringing items of value. That's why I'm going to get the listing over people who are not staying in touch. I might not have the best knowledge. I just have a lot of go get it, right? So let's stay in touch with our people. Let's find out how they want to be communicated with, and how can we bring value outside of just real estate? Because you've told me before a million times, not everybody in your database is ready to transact. So if they're not ready to transact, how do you keep them engaged with you? And it's through our social media posts and items of value that you're going to send out. Let me answer that question. Our websites are automatically going to turn over on August 15th to the new agent site. So if you have not upgraded, do not worry. It's just going to automatically happen. But if you want to participate in the open house, the mega open house, you have to have it first. Cool. All right, so let's talk about where you can find some open house info. Everything is slowly being moved over to Connect inside of Command. And I love this because watch this. So I'm in Command and I come over to Connect. You won't see Command MC unless you're on leadership. I'm a brand new baby agent and I want to learn about open house. From here, when I type in the word open house, I get a gazillion results. And then I can sort it by newest to oldest, which is what I highly recommend. And here's all of the information that I need to know about open houses that is the most up to date. If you have not taken Ignite, I highly recommend jumping into Ignite session about open houses. Everything in Ignite rules, but when you get to the open houses, this is really how you have a 7th level open house. And again, that's just connect inside command. And then to get back to your database and everything, you just click on command. Now those pre-listing templates that Jen was talking about, it doesn't matter what's in it. Honestly, it's just a way for you to get something into the consumer's hand, because your appointment is when you're going to have your CMAs. It's when you're going to have the details about how you're going to get their property sold the way they want it for the amount they desire within their variables. So when you're in designs, and designs, if you click the red KW, you can see it's the 3rd from the bottom. Create design, and we're going to go to print. From here, and now all of you have your marketing profile done. It's going to take a minute. Once we're on here, you're going to see 4 to 5 different ones. Oops. Let's see if I can get him. Give me one sec. This is what happens when you hop out of a million different commands every day. Oh, it's because I have it. By the way, Designs does not like you to have multiple pages of command open when you're in Design. So if you're getting that single sign-on error, that's usually because I have 8,000 web browsers open. So let me just grab a new one. B Silva. What do you mean there was an issue logging me in? Oh, maybe if I use the right password. Design, let's try this again. Come. Create design, print, and if not, I did something wrong. You can see I'm going to Austin, there's mega camp stuff. There we go. Print designs. So just listed, there's all kinds of things, but you can see over here, there's a tab called listings. Listing presentation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whichever one sings to your soul. I'm going to go with this one because I think it's the cleanest looking and I like the font. When I hover over here, it says use. And what's going to happen is it's going to push me into the one that I'm going to be able to create for myself. You don't have to use this page, by the way. So down at the bottom right, you get to come in and say, no, don't need this. Yep, I'm going to delete page 1. I really don't need the instructions. Page 2. Then you can come in and customize everything to you. We're going to do this once. Once. That's all you're going to do. And it's as long as your marketing profile's done, it's as simple as dragging and dropping a few key pieces in. All I'm going to do is update the things I need updated, right? I can put whatever profile pic I have in there on. That's the one I prefer. I mean, or we could go with this one. That's an original. And then I'm coming in and I'm just swapping out all my info, right? Anything that I've already put in my marketing profile is already here for you. So you're just adding it. There's a couple of different title pages. Then it goes in and it says, okay, let's talk about your property. I would pull this page out. I would not pull this one in because we're just want a pre-listing. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to pull out all the pages that don't leave this generic. Delete. And I'm just coming in and saying delete, because what we want them to know is about their needs. This is about them. Here's what it looks like. Here's your custom marketing plan. Here's how we find a buyer, right? This is all this stuff that Jen was talking about that she printed out in a matter of minutes. And then this is the expertise page. All you have to do is, if you don't have these numbers, you use your market center numbers. Once you're done, download PDF standard, or you could do PDF print, uncheck everything, and then click download. This downloads into a PDF that you have ready to go at any point that you need it, or it can live in Designs. I highly recommend you just make a couple of copies ready to go so that if you're not at the office with the color printer, or you're not at a place you have it, you're just ready to grab and grow and drop this in the FedEx, right? It's called Approachable. My super awesome pre-listing prez. Okay, boom. Now it's there and I have it and it's ready to go. We don't have to reinvent the wheel on this one. It's ready to go. Questions on the pre-listing? Because then, oh yeah, friends, all you're doing is printing out the CMA and bringing it with you and adding it in. You bring the same packet with you that you're going to put notes on, take back with you, and you're just adding the CMA. It's like a one and done. So it's not pre-listing. It's not just listing. It's both. But you're going to make yours beefier with the CMA. Cool? So easy. So easy. It takes a few minutes to get used to it. There are tutorials on the Command Connect, but they're all there for you. So, couple things. Got to upgrade your site before the mega open house. I'm going to put the mega open house deets right back in. There are also live training classes with KWRI to go over all the cool things you can do outside of just the open house landing. So check out the schedule and you can book live training classes. Even if you've already upgraded and you just want to see something, maybe you missed something, or maybe somebody in the office did it for you, or you were at an event and we just clicked a button, you're like, now what? Go to this. It's our friends at KWRI teaching live. It is not pre-recorded, and they'll be able to answer any questions that you have. The social media with the Olympics can all be found at the top of that page. If you just requested, I am letting you in now. I see you all. I see you all. Thank you. If you are answering the questions, that's usually why you don't get let in if you don't answer the questions. But I just let a whole bunch of you in, so refresh the page. And if not, if you're not getting emails from us and you've been with us more than a month at Keller Williams, reach out to me. I'm going to put my email in here because here's what happens. We get the lists, and then sometimes you unsubscribe. It's okay, but it happens. So if you're not getting emails from us about events, contests, awards, things like this, upcoming classes that the region's doing at low cost, no cost, please send me an email and say, can you check if I'm on the list? I want you on the list. Okay, friends. Any questions for me about Mega Agent Open House and all the fun, silly things I showed you today? Who's going to Mega Camp? Okay, come find me on the KWU stage. I am speaking on the Keller Williams University stage. Come take pictures with me. Come see me. Give me bone-crushing hugs. Send your friends. We'll take some selfies. All right, well then I'm going to give you 10 minutes back to upgrade your site and get ready to host a Mega Agent Open House.
One sec. Where is the Olympic?
That's on the M3 group.
Yep.
And at the top in the featured pins, you'll see the calendar pin there for July. And then you just go to today's date and it will show you weekly. I see July 2024 in the pinned. Here, let me show you my screen real quick so you can see where I am.
Thank you.
Yeah, so if you're right here, featured sometimes is not shown. So it might say featured and there's an arrow next to it. You've just got to make the arrow go down and then you'll see all the things. And there's the open house stuff too. That's right at the top. I like to keep all my groups that I'm a part of. You can actually say, what do you want to see right here? Usually it's default is most relevant, which it might not actually be the most relevant to you. So I like to always keep any group I'm in as new posts. So that's I see everything I need to. Cool. All right, friends, go upgrade. Let us know if you have questions. And if I don't see you at Mega Camp, I'll see you when we get back. All right, go be great.
Thanks,
Alrighty, thank you.